Hello, sweetheart.
You stick over here.
Yeah. You know what? Why don't you take the chair, take a seat. There you go. I'm not joking around, actually. I have to protect content because I heard there's some high school kids here. This is our Jewish United Fun Box. We've already reforested Haifa with our swear jar. So we're now on to St. Jude's. So if I swear tonight, Brian is going to take one of these dollars and put it in the box. You can decide. Sophia, my daughter, has taken ass and damn off the table because she's worried we're losing too much money. But I point blank said, there's never enough money in the world to save a child, right? So there you go. Now every time I say fuck, let's make sure. Those are dollar coins. That's Sacagawea. Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate being here. This is so out of my comfort zone. Normally, if I'm on stage, I'm just making shit up and hoping for the best. And I usually have a friend with me. Yeah, shit. Hey, Brian.
Yeah?
It's your job. It's shit.
I'm
That's
doing
twice now. 2. 1, 2. Thank you.
For the kids.
Normally, I'm just on the stage with my friend and we make stuff up. I work with the I.O. and the Second City and the Annoyance Theater. And what I've discovered through time in improv, how to access comedy, is I can't stand around saying funny shit on stage with my friends. It's okay, you don't have to be the monitor. Brian will do it for you. We're making a lot of money. I don't have to stand around and say funny shit because the only way for me to heighten funny is to be funnier, and good fucking luck with that. So I am rarely myself on stage because I myself finger point judge, teach you how to do shit right, solve your problems, and kill comedy. So I'm not really interested in doing that. But I am interested in the sociological study of the human condition. So I play everybody I've ever wanted to be and everybody I've never wanted to be on stage. And on stage right now, I'm a 6'5" supermodel. Off stage, I'm delusional. So you're starting to see the difference here. On stage, try it on. Off stage, get therapy. The worst thing that's going to happen in this work is that if you look stupid, people will laugh at you, and we're doing comedy, so fuck yeah. So you see what I'm saying? We're always protected in what we do. As a matter of fact, Chicago is kind of mecca for long-form improvisation, where you get a suggestion, you just run with it. And unfortunately, though, if you live in Mecca and you've seen improv, there's so much improv here that everybody's like, oh, I'm in Mecca. Should I walk around the Rock today? Sure, why not? And then you go somewhere else and you realize that some guy from Serbia learned it from a book and has like climbed down a mountain to hang with you. And then you feel really bad because these guys take it very seriously. When I started improvising when a mimed CD player was new, because we make up, like we don't have stuff. So every time I get to be on a real film and I get a prop, I'm like, a prop, a real prop. And actually after about 11 years of improvising, the idea of improvising was so abhorrent to me because I was so fucking sick of miming a cup of coffee, I just wanted one. So I did take a break and I became a teacher, and now I also work at the University of Chicago and also School of Steppenwolf in DePaul. But it seems so bizarre that we've turned this into such an important thing. When I first started, it was just make-em-ups. Now, Sharna Halpern, who runs the I.O. Theater in Chicago, went to CERN to work with the particle physicists so that they would get along. Apparently, they don't like each other, and they've got the fate of us in their hands. So she had to teach them, like, yay, let's get along games. And what she found was that, yes, you could start with an idea that everybody would say, this is a really stupid idea. And then all of a sudden you build it and build it and build it and build it and build it, and now you're here. So this stupid idea is gone because you're doing something brilliant. So we have the whole adage of we say yes to fact, as in we are here, for example, at the Mocha, and then we build it from there. Certainly, you're certainly allowed your own opinions. When I play in different schools of thought, I play differently. When we're at I.O., we make pretty pictures and do pretty things, because even if you've watched an episode, like a, what is it, one of those things of, who's the Tybo guy? Billy Blank? Yeah, Billy Blank. Have you ever watched like Tybo on TV and you're like, why am I mesmerized, right? Like you're going, why can I watch this for a long time? Or if you've TiVoed everything, Googled everything you could possibly Google that day. You know when you've Googled everything you could possibly Google that day and you're like, I want to Google something. Well then, I strongly suggest ex-Scientology and ex-Mormon. And then I suggest the mass games by North Korea. Because every year they create these intricate, amazing things that they do together that are, they look like beautiful Olympic ceremonies, but no Olympics attached, because nobody will play with fucking North Korea. Good. By the way, is there a doctor in the house? Seriously, there's nothing wrong with me. But is there a doctor in the house? No doctors today. Oh, are you really a doctor? Yes. What kind of doctor? Excellent, because I am double spanked today, so I'm like feeling like, ooh. So just in case, you know what's up with me. It's like a sausage casing. And that's the other thing, too, about how we access comedy. In our world, we don't access it by saying something funny, because like I said, that's like saying something funnier. Good luck with that. It's like eating a meal full of Pringles. You'll eat a meal full of Pringles, but you'll be like, did I just fucking get full from a meal full of goddamn Pringles? Or a sleeve of cookies you hate. I don't know about you, but I always eat those fake Fig Newtons, the Newman's Own version, and I'll eat one, I'll be like, it doesn't taste like a Fig Newton. And so I'll eat another one, and I'll eat another one. And now I've eaten a sleeve of cookies I hate, and I have to shit myself. So there you go. But it is specificity that gets us off, not funny specificity. If somebody in a scene said to me something like, this is fun, I can tell you right now I don't know what this is, and it sure as hell isn't fucking fun. However, if you say, this Carnival cruise is awesome, every single one of you is starting to think of that CNN report last year where all those people were caught in the Carnival cruise. Do you remember that? And like, there was shit all over the decks, and somebody's like, this is my honeymoon. And nobody picked them up, right? That is a lot different than Norwegian cruise lines, which is a lot different than the Scientology Free Winds, which is that's an asbestos-covered cult, right? Oh, I can say it now, and my non-existent career is still protected. It's very exciting, because if you're in LA and you make a Scientology joke, you could still sort of get in trouble. When I access comedy through stand-up, there is the threat of a punchline. Here, we just want to know more. When we're improvising, the audience is in the moment with me, and I'm going to break it down and make it very simple. You just smell it, touch it, taste it, feel it, and fuck it. And by the way, I just add fuck it so people will listen. You do not fuck it legally. You're not allowed to. But I do say that. It keeps everybody entertained, sort of. But I will, because I have no boundaries on stage. Off stage, don't you dare fuck with me. On stage, please do. So when you're examining the human condition, you do have to protect content so that people would be willing to laugh. So when you were talking about that, the rape joke, my friend Ever Maynard, who's a stand-up, does the most brilliant, like, 10-minute joke about rape, and she absolutely protects content so that it's ludicrous. Even if you think about someone like Archie Bunker was an asshole, right? He was a racist, a bigot, everything possibly wrong he was. But Norman Lear had to protect content so that people would be willing to laugh. So what he did was he surrounded him with people of the exact sex, religion, race, everything that Archie Bunker detested, and made sure that they were smarter than he was. So we could always go in on the joke and enjoy it. But when we talk about truth and comedy and the human condition, it's almost amazing how we will sympathize, empathize with you, or you will educate us. No matter what, we're going to have either a righteously indignant response to it or not, or we will enjoy the fucking hell out of the ride. That's our audience. One time, I did a show, and afterwards somebody came up to me and she said, you know when you mentioned your junk drawer? I had just said to my husband, Ron, right, Ron? Uh-huh. I had just said, God damn it, Ron, clean out the goddamn, did I not just say that this morning, Ron? Uh-huh. And then you cleaned out your junk drawer. And I remember going home that day shaking, because I had the epiphany thinking, I will never be able to understand what people decide they are going to find funny that night. Do you know what I mean? It's junk drawer. Or somebody will come up to you and go, oh my God, I'm from Short Hills too. So they get very excited about this whole ride and this whole process. For every amazing improv show in this city, there is a shit fire. And you should watch those as well, because people are really taking a risk to be on stage. And you can recognize when comedy isn't funny in this. When somebody tries to be funny in improv, it's kind of trying to watch. Like someone indicates, they'll even come out and they'll say, here's a funny story. And then you'll think to yourself, better be, bitch, right? Like, bring it. However, sometimes we use monologues, true life stories, to use for information for our improvisers. There's a show here called the Armando Diaz Theatrical Experience in Hootenanny, and Brian, I think, did that, right? And you come in and you just talk about your life, and then other people create the comedy around you. One time I had received the theme of rock star, And I just started talking. These are not stories, those funny stories you tell on a date. These are real stories that you would tell. And I did not know what my story would end up with, because had I known, I would have never shared this with the audience. I was telling them that I was madly in love at age 6 with David Cassidy. I don't know if you remember who he is. He was the Justin Bieber of his time. He had a shag haircut, which my mom had given us both my sisters and I shag haircuts, but we looked more like Jane Fonda and Clute. We looked terrible. I was mad. You know what? She wouldn't brush our hair. That's why. Did you have a mother who didn't let you, like, what the fuck is that shit? That's why my kid owns her hair. Right now, she looks like a sad little pixie, but that was her choice. But anyway, so I was madly in love with him, and I started telling the audience how I really wished I could be his girlfriend, but in my 6-year-old mind, I couldn't make that work. It just didn't make rational sense. I wasn't age appropriate like his sister on the show, Susan Day, Lori Partridge. She was 17, and by the way, they did have an affair later on, brief, but they had one. She ended up playing on LA Law, and she was beautiful, and I was like, oh, something's going on with those guys. And I was like, okay, I can't be Susan Day's age, but I could be like the other one. There was another sister on the Partridge Family named Susan. Her name was Suzanne Crowe in real life, but she was Tracy, and she played the tambourine, and she had long red hair, and she never spoke. So I was like, okay, I could be her sister, his sister Tracy. That's definitely. So I used to lie in my bathtub. I am sharing this with the audience. I used to lie in the bathtub with a washcloth on my boobins and cover my chocha, or I'd cover my chocha and cover my boobins, because when you're 6, it only covers so much. It's not like you're an infant. And then I would lie in my tub, and I would pretend that my boyfriend David came in the bathroom, my brother, because he's my brother and he has to use the bathroom sometime, right? And so I was like, and I would lie there and I'd go, gosh, David, what are you doing here? And as those words are coming out of my mouth, I am recognizing the horrible epiphany that I have just shared a prepubescent sexual fantasy with my audience. And I was like, no, this is so wrong. And I am turning bright red, and the audience is laughing at me turning bright red. And I remember slinking back to the back flat thinking, gave it up for comedy. So here's what I've discovered. The audience is always on our side with this. Now, stand-up is a whole different beast. I did just enough stand-up to have so much respect for stand-up and never want to go out on my own again. So if you've also Googled everything you could possibly Google, you can Google Susan messing with Jolly. That's me on, I did something on Comedy Central where I had a punching puppet and it punched me all the time, and I'm crumbling as the character and the puppet's getting all the fucking laughs and blow me. It was horrible. But I mean, I really have ultimate respect for that. Just for shits and grins before we go, does anybody know the slap game where you slap the shit out of each other? You know what I'm talking about? You know this game? Can you two come up and play this for me? Come here. I'm going to need some volunteers. It'll just take a second. By the way, it's commitment and recommitment that pulls out the comedy. I'm not going to like hypnotize them and make them be chickens and shit. Come over here. I'm going to need a couple people. So you guys are going to play the slap game together. You know this game? We love this game, right? Play it at a bar. Nobody gives a shit. Play it on stage. Everybody's like, yay, slap game. No, you don't get free ones. We're just playing. Just play. No flinchies, no nothing. Just fucking play the goddamn game. It's my mini TED Talk. Mine! Keep going. Keep playing. Come on, play. There you go. There you go. Ooh. Jesus, your reflexes. Keep going. Play, play. Now give each other a hug and stay there. Hug, hug, hugging, hugging, hugging. Not done. Hugging, 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 hugging. Back to slap game. Slap. Slap. There you go. I need 5 up real quick. 5 up. 5 up. Go, go, go. Who is it? Somebody raise your hand. Let's go. This is so easy. Beautiful. Come on. 2. I just need 5. 3, 4, 5. Go, go, go. Hurry, hurry. It's only 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Let's go. Okay, I need Spiderman all up and down the back wall. Spiderman, go, 100%. Let's go. Spiderman, let's go, Spidey. Don't grab shit. Don't grab shit. Don't grab shit. Just be Spiderman. There you go. There we go. Just lots of Spiderman. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There we go. Come on, Spidey. There you go. Beautiful. 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 Okay, everybody in for hug. Go. Coming together. Hugging, 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 hugging. I made this exercise up high in my tub. Hugging, hugging. I did. Hugging, hugging. Back to one. Go. Spideys, go. Go, Spideys. I need 3 more people. 3 more. That's all. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. 3 people. 1. Thank you. 2 and 3. Come on, come on. This is so easy. Come on. Go, go, go. 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 Be a chicken. 100% chicken. Chicken. 100% chicken. Make sounds. Quack, quack. Awesome. I better get 4 up next time. There you go. That's good. There you go. Everybody in for a hug. Go. Hugging, 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 hugging. Back to 1. Go. Two people. Just 2 more. Last ones. Come on. There you go. There's my lovers. Go, 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 go. Hurry. Don't die. It's concrete. Go, go, go. I need you to run around these 2 people singing It's a Small World. 100%. Let's go. It's a small world. Go. Loud. Good. There's a point. There you go. Everybody hug. Go. Hugging, 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 hugging. Back to 1. Go. 100%. Go. Go, chicken. It's a small, come on. Awesome. Take a bow. Thank you very much. Now, I'll explain it and we'll be done. One last thing. We saw the slap game, right? You saw that. You've seen it at a bar. You go, yay, slap game. That feels real good. Yay. Then you saw my guys who came up. Thank you for my Spideys. Spideys came up. There's a little snotty fuck in all of us that go, yeah, I could have played the shit out of slap, but I'll be Spiderman right now. But they were. And then the minute they came in for a hug, you went, yay, hug. We love that thing. And the minute they pop back into Spiderman, I bet you liked it the second time even better. Right? Because it's recommitment to the shit you do, not that you do it. Then we saw chicken. Bless your sweet chicken heart. I love you so much. Chicken gotta be a chicken. Chicken can't wait for a hug. And then the only time a chicken feels superior to anyone is when it's time, when you see the It's a Small World people, and you're like, well, at least I don't have to do that shit, right? And thank you very much. Now, none of that makes rational sense. You want me to add integrity to it? I can say this is the economic state of Egypt right now. There you go. But no matter what, when we see something, we like it until you take it back. So that makes no rational sense. That's more like whimsy. But basically what we like to do is we make people an integral part of a whole. And once you promise to be something in improv, that's the least we expect you to be. So check out some improv in our fair city, because I think you're going to learn a lot from the good, bad, and the ugly of it. No matter what, take a risk, because I took one tonight and I didn't die. There you go. Good night. Thank you.